first time having a Hollywood opening. His first ever film, his first ever time on screen. And not only that, he's dressed so much better than me. So let's welcome 19-year-old John Boyega. So what we'll do is we'll do a little Q&A. You can ask John some questions about the film. What I thought to get us started, rather than me asking John questions, I could give 3 people some questions. So who wants to ask John what was his prior drama experience? Hands up. That lady. Man. These backlights are tricky, sorry. Man. What was your prior acting experience?
Good question. I was in a play at the Tri-School Theatre in North London for about 3 to 4 months. That was my first job. That's where Joe Cornish, Narrow Park, and Nina Gold came to see me. I was on stage for 10 minutes. Because that's my only experience. Apart from that, youth group, youth clubs, and little drama school projects. But nothing more.
Somebody asked John how he first heard about the movie. This man.
How did you first hear about the movie?
Did everybody get the question?
Well, I got a call from my agent, and he told me that there was a movie about an alien invasion set in South London. I thought it was incredibly stupid. And then he said that, oh yeah, you should really, you should go up for it. And then recall after recall, I ended up getting the script, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So that was the first time I heard about it. But when the first time you hear about a movie and it doesn't quite sound right, so I was a bit like, really? Like kids versus aliens? The kids are going to lose, right? Then when I heard that they will be using fireworks, samurai swords, I was like, look, this is the closest I'm ever going to get to Michael Bay.
You don't know that for sure. Because you lived, you grew up 10 minutes away from where they shot the movie, right?
Yeah, 5 minutes if I run. Well,
yeah.
10 minutes.
Let's ask John then about
He's really good at this, isn't he?
I'm just kind of lazy. I can't be bothered to ask I thought I'd give it to somebody else. So it seemed like, oh.
I'm blood.
Why didn't somebody ask John what was it like? This is his first ever time on a film set. So what was it? What was your first ever time on a film set? You, madam.
What was your first ever time on a film set?
My first time on a film set. It was at the block when we came in, and it was the first day we were shooting the mugging scene on Moston Road in Brixton, and it was cold. We stacked up on loads of Red Bull and paninis. That was my first time on set. I didn't know how it worked. I never knew it was so technical, so we kind of struggled through it. But with the support of Joe and Naira was on set. Edgar, what the hell were you?
It's true. Well, what's funny is because I was involved in Joe's been a friend of mine for 12 years, and I think most of my I've written with him, and he's been thinking about this film for 10 years, and when he first told me about it, that I was trying to give him the advice that I never got when I was doing my first movie, not Shaun of the Dead. I did a movie before then. I could have used Joe's advice. But the things about it, and I was going to ask you this, if you were aware that it was an ambitious movie, because it's your first film, first time on a film set. But there are elements of it that when Joe told me what it was about and what it was going to be, is that there's... I'll just project. It's okay, I'll project. You can hear me, right? Yeah. Let's get rid of this one too. Oh, there we go. So there are elements of this movie that if you're a first-time director, night shoots, child actors, like some of them as young as 8 or 10, special effects, puppetry, like pyrotechnics, like anybody's idea of an extremely ambitious, even nightmarish film. So what I was going to ask you, were you aware that the film that you were making was a pretty ambitious, low-budget movie?
No. I had no experience about making a film, so anything was good for me. Even if it cost £10, I wouldn't have cared. Just to get that opportunity to do it, because loads of kids, there's loads of actors back in London. We train day in, day out to get this kind of opportunity. And then, you know, that one film comes along. I didn't care it was 8 million. 8 million to me, if I had 8 million, I wouldn't even be here. Do you know what I mean? 8 million to me, that was big budget for me. So, you know, I didn't really care. I just went for it, and I was really supportive of the goal and where Joe Cornish wanted to go with it.
4 million on the movie, 4 million on Red Bull. And you didn't know any of the other actors in it. I mean, that's what's amazing. Obviously, I hope you agree in the movie is that they, you know, you feel like you're friends with all the other actors, and the chemistry is amazing. But you hadn't met any of them before.
No. We met them during the we met each other during the audition process. And Franz Drame, who plays Dennis, he was going up for Moses as well. So it was that tense kind of atmosphere. Me walking into the audition, and like, hey, how you doing? Franz was like, it's good. What were you going up for? Moses. You? Moses. And it's just that stare-off moment. But you know, after all that, when we got the job, we gelled and we were cool.
All right, let's throw it out to some. Has anybody got any questions out there? That is a lady.
Was all the dialogue actually written, or was some of it kind of free flow as he went?
Well, there's two parts to this. Before John came on board, what Joe did when he was writing the script, which was a genius move, is that he had the plot, and then he went around schools and youth groups and kind of explained the situations to, like, sort of, you know, kids very much like the ones you see in the film. And there's a lot of lines of dialogue that came out of that, like the girl saying about, I don't want to catch chlamydia. Too much madness for one text came from like real kids kind of saying that to him. So that's kind of amazing. But I'll pass it to John about when you got involved in the script.
Well, when we got involved, you know, it was pretty much there. Like, we just needed to tweak a couple of words, because with slang in London, it's blood may mean something one day and the other day it means something else. Like, allow it, you may think allow it means to allow it means to not allow it. Do you know what I mean? That's what it means. And, you know, it changes every day. So we had to be like, oh, Joe, it's July 25th. You know, 25th. We had to tweak it.
What does it mean now?
Yeah, it's still the same thing. I was just for the Hollywood effect.